Thank you for watching, liking, commenting, sharing, and subscribing right now.
5 port mounts and 5 starboard mounts. We can cover the ship at 360 degrees with those weapons there.
You both have them now, right?
Yes, they're up on station right now, ready to go. And then also we have the M16 up on station. If you can imagine the ship's hull right here, and you've got the gun mount on top of it, you can only depress that 50 cal mount out to about 100 yards out, and that's why the M16 comes into play for that depression. Also for a little bit more accuracy. At about a little over 700 yards, you can be effective with this weapon. The 50 cal is nicknamed the 1 mile gun. Of course, that's at about a mile out. You can effectively hit your target with that weapon.
Wow. Are all 10 manned when you come into port?
You got it. Pulling in and out of port, going through the straits, or going into the Gulf, we're manned up on that 50 cal.
Is the ammunition up there now?
You got it. There's 500 rounds on each station as of right now, and all ready to go.
Even in San Diego, home port.
Even in San Diego, we wouldn't actually. We pull in starboard side facing the pier, so we would never man up the 50 cals on that starboard side. Of course, shooting into the city in case we had a threat. Anything behind that target,
They're up there.
you got it. So that's where this guy comes into play. This is the M240. It's a 7.62 round, just like your M14, but pulling into Port San Diego or even overseas, if we were to pull pier side, we wouldn't want to man up the 50 cal. So we also have mounts for these, 10 mounts for these as well, if we wanted to man up these weapons. As you can see, our loadout behind you, we're getting ready to, we had a new carrier loadout, is what they call it. Our 4 M60s went away, and the N240s were broken out to us. Sad to see the M16 go. I don't see. No, that's the M60. This took place at the M60. What the captain loved, he called it, nicknamed the pig. He called it his pig. He loved to shoot that weapon. It's real easy to shoot from the hip. It was a side ejection system, and this one's a bottom ejection system. You can still shoot it from the hip, but it's kind of difficult. Your arm from the buttstock to your shoulder is kind of long there.
Is this the same that the Army uses 240 Bravo?
You got it. That's it. This is the 240 Bravo right here, and you've got a different, lot of different variants. November, and all they pretty much do is you've got one for the helo. It'll take the bipods off, and top cover will change from different styles from the November. Got 12 of these that just got loaded out to us, and the 4 M60s went away. I don't see a difference besides what I told you about the ejection system and the weight. The weight of this one's 4 pounds more heavier than the M60.
What's it what?
This one's 27 pounds. The Mod Deuce there is 84 pounds, barrel and all. What else? This is our quick draw weapon. If you ever hear, you're on board and you hear away, Snoopy team away, that's our surveillance team that goes up to the bridge on the 010 level. And if they can't identify if it's a friend or foe, then they'll dispatch quick draw. And the Atwell will come over the bridge, over the 1MC here, and they'll say, quick draw, quick draw, quick draw. Well, our key is that away, Snoopy team away. And we'll actually don the Kevlar vest and the Kevlar helmet, and we'll get our rounds and our flares ready to go, our binos ready to go, and our guys will be chomping at the bit right about here to run out the door and man up on the M240. And we'll dispatch up to 4 teams, if need be, port and starboard, forward and aft on the flight deck. And then once it escalates, if it keeps escalating, then we'll go half bore. And what half bore is 4 of the 50 cal mounts will get manned up. And then you've got full bore, and that's all 10 50 cal mounts will get manned up.
I know it's no fun, but do you guys have like non-lethal, like laser dazzlers or something for rules of engagement before you fire?
Not us. Security does. They have this system. Hey, Cornwell, Campo.
LRAD? The LRAD?
Yeah, the LRAD.
Oh, the headline carrier.
LRAD. And you guys familiar with that system?
Yeah.
Yeah, they use that.
Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah.
He's there.
It's
Long range
it's a big
acoustic.
disc looking piece of equipment where they can speak to people up to 200 yards out on a small vessel on the water. Yeah.
You should turn around.
They can actually talk to those people and tell them to, you must turn around, this is USS Nimitz, mighty warship, yada yada yada. And that's how we can communicate. They also have like the beam bags and all that good stuff to turn. So
How often do you go out to shoot?
this underway quite a bit.
So in
Almost.
this 30 days, you out every day shooting, or?
No, not as much as we'd like to, but we've had, being on an aircraft carrier, you know, they always win. The flight deck always wins. So we'll have our ship's gunner that you just seen him sneak out of here when you guys were coming in. He'll schedule a lot of gun shoots throughout the underway period, and a lot of them will get CanX'd on us just because of air ops and stuff like that.
You get marksmanship ratings and that kind of thing?
Oh yeah, but we can't qualify for marksmanship or sharpshooter or expert while we're out to sea just because it's not an official range set up. We'll go out to L3 or off the Fantail to do the weapon shoots, and we can pretty much just qualify people. And if they're on target, we can qualify them. But all our ribbons and medals come in port at the actual ranges on import in San Diego.
Do you primarily use iron sights, or do you also have optics that you add on?
We actually, good question, we have optics as well. We have night vision and optics we keep in the RSL back there, that red door behind you.
Usually,
And
what magnification do you choose?
we've got all different types of magnification. What do we got? What's our greatest NVG? Yeah. PVS 18, about 10 times magnifications. It's late, it's old stuff, but it still works. You know, it's not. If I wouldn't choose to pick something that we've got out of there, I would actually go on the market and get my optics or NVGs. The latest and greatest out there now today is a lot better than what the military has. I'm sure that may change once we start trotting through backyards overseas, but.
You drill with the inflatable on the rib?
Yes, we'll have a good question. We'll have a gunner that'll actually man up that rib boat right on the front of that rib boat. Deck division, I don't know, have you guys been to deck division up to the folks or anything yet? They'll man up that boat. They'll drop it into the water. Their coxswain, engineman, and their bosun's mates will man up that boat, but we'll be the gunner on the front end of that boat. We'll turn over a port or starboard rib kit to them, which contains a 9mm Beretta in it with 45 rounds, and that will turn over to their boat captain or their coxswain, and so that they have a sidearm, and then we'll have this mounted up on the front of the rib boat. The M14, one of my favorite. This used to be on the mount with the Mod Deuce, the 50 cal. We have one of these on each mount. Now it went with the M16, so the M14, all we use it for now is mooring to the pier or to shoot two other ships to replenish at sea. As you can see here, you've got the canister that adapts to the muzzle end of the M14, and you have your Projo, and you'll have a handler, a holder that will hold that shot line. You'll take this wooden dowel out, and it's a grenade round, 7.62 grenade round that we use to shoot to the pier. Once that line goes to the pier, they'll cut that line and they'll tie it to a messenger line, and then eventually you get your mooring line, and that's how we moor to the pier. The same way with RAS, what they call RAS, replenishment at sea. When we get our fuel or cargo or any of our supplies, we'll shoot to another ship, they'll cut off that line, they'll tie it to a messenger line, then eventually a cable system, and then that's how we get our stores. That's how we get our fuel. The M14 also use, can anyone tell me what that number there is for? Yeah, the HS6 just lost a helo, went down while we were out a little bit, a couple weeks ago? About a couple of weeks, yeah, week and a half ago, one of our SH-60s went down, and we did the burial at sea. G2 did the burial at sea. We put the number of the helo on the buttstocks of the M14, for the memorial. That was a big honor just to do that. Great weapon, very accurate, about 740 yards, pinpoint accuracy with the M14. The M16, you're looking at about 560, possibly 600 yards. The M4, you're looking at about 440. That's a collapsible stock. As you can see, the M4 and the M16, the receivers are almost identical. Your muzzle and the barrel are different, and your buttstock are different. You can attach a 203 40mm grenade launcher to the ends of either one of those weapons, though. You've got your 12-gauge Mossberg shotgun down there with the collapsible stock for close quarter combat, if need be. Shoots a double-aught buck. Our watchstanders, they all use this 9mm Beretta. Here, your pilots and your EOD, as you can see, these cases underneath the table, you've got these cruise boxes under here. These are our squadron and EOD weapons. All weapons come through the armory and are checked out from us, and then the EOD will come and check their weapons out, and they'll go up topside and play with them. They got the 50 cal sniper rifle in one of those cases, and all their other toys, and 240 they've got in there in November. And what they use is a 6 Sauer 9mm M11. We don't use them for watchstanding, of course, because the 6 Sauer doesn't have a safety. So you'll have the 9mm Berettas that we use for our shipboard watchstanding.
So the pilots,
You got it. The pilots who use that 6 Sauer, they'll go up with that 6 Sauer.
are all the 45s out of the...
They're gone. Yeah. The 45s are gone. Bummer, but...
Do the pilots come here and check out a weapon, or just take it up to them?
It'll actually go through the squadron, and then, like VAQ 135, their box is right here. If when their pilots are going up, they'll come and get their box, they'll take it up to their ready room, and they'll issue that pilot their weapon.
And how many rounds usually would they take out? One?
They have an NCA. Everyone has an NCA. It's an allotted amount of ammunition that they have. What they'll normally take up is 45 rounds. A pilot will take up 45 rounds.
Clips,
3 clips.
A couple of clips, keep your clips.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But with the 6 Sauer, it's different. You've got a 13 round mag. So 39 rounds there. With the 45, it's 45 rounds. It's a 15 round clip for the 9mm Beretta there. Then you've got a lot of history between these two weapons, right? This M14 held it down for us during war for a long time. World War II, all the way dating back to World War II. The enemy didn't know what to do when we had this piece of equipment here. It held it down for us greatly. We would have a lot of our enemies just retreat because they didn't know how to defend against that weapon.
And it's because of what, its range?
Yeah, because of its range and accuracy.
Who carried that in World War II? Just the snipers, or just...
They would have point men, or even their infantry. You can attach a bayonet. We still have them in the locker back behind
These
it.
were snipers, and this was not a sniper.
What we have in the Navy today is actually a Mod 0, M14 Mod 0. It's an enhanced battle rifle, and that they can use as a sniping weapon. Yeah, just the buttstock's a little bit different. A lot more cushion on the recoil in that buttstock. It also has a forward grip on it with a bipod that'll come out. An enhanced battle rifle. You've got the Mark 79. That's been around for a long time. If the enemy was over a hill, you could just, what they call, it's nicknamed the blooper, you could just lob rounds right over the hill. They wouldn't even be able to see us yet, and they were getting those rounds out to them.
It's just a grenade launcher?
You got it. Just a Mark 79 grenade launcher, 40mm grenade. We take them off the back of the fantail from time to time, make sure no submarines are in the area, and we'll launch or we'll shoot HEDP rounds and stuff like that. It's a lot of fun at targets. We were supposed to have an SUW-17, which is a graded exercise for our 50 cals, and that got canceled, so we were kind of bummed out about that. We had targets set up to go off the fantail, and the ship, what it does, we'll drop them off the fantail, and the ship will come around and it'll do a loop, and it'll go right back through the targets, and all our mounts would engage it all the way down the ship. take out the targets. That got canceled on us, so we're kind of bummed out about that.
Yeah, that sounds fun.
Yeah, either you've got what you have in the Navy today is what they call giant pumpkins, the big, you know, environmentally friendly pumpkins, where you've got the tri-walls, the big tri-walls, the paper tri-walls that you'll see back aft in the hangar bay, and we'll put those on skids, wooden skids, and we'll shoot at those, engage our targets and stuff like that. Hopefully by the time it gets back aft, they're gone. But
What's the most fun you have? Seems to be you go through.
oh yeah, well it's, I've got a great job. We've got a great job in G2. We train people how to be effective with these weapons. So the most fun that I have is always a fantail shoot. Where we'll have the 50 cals. We'll have two 50 cals back there. We'll have 4 total, and we'll have about 4 of these M240s back there. And we can take any of these other weapons right off the fantail. And it's a lot of fun when G2 gets to go back there. G2 division will get to go back there and have fun for the day. The captain will actually come down from the bridge and he'll get some shooting time and everything. That's probably about the most fun that we have.